Hello, Red Wave. Welcome to Bulldogs podcast. My name is Cole Nale. Joining me to talk basketball on this late night is the blood brother, Cole Nale. How you doing, Cole?
Howdy ho, it's Cole. It's going good. Coming off a win.
It's always nice coming off a win. I'm kind of limping into this episode. This is my third Beware Bulldogs recording of the day. Going all day and on a sickness or bad throat. So I apologize to you, Cole, and to you listeners that you have to put up with this. But the intro on this one went way better than the intro on the first two. I had my cup of tea, my glass of tea before this one. On the other ones I was going, it was raw and it was bad. So anyways,
let's play some basketball.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk some basketball. The Fresno State men's basketball team defeats Morgan State 87-68. Cole, do you know where Morgan State is?
Somewhere on the East Coast.
I believe it's in Baltimore. I didn't look that up. That's just from people I know asking them. So I hope they're right. Otherwise, I was dumb.
Yeah, come on, Google exists.
I know.
First of all, though, apologies because we didn't do a recap on the Kent State game.
I could not find that game anywhere.
Same.
Nowhere.
Yeah. Well, it was on ESPN Plus, and we don't have a subscription to that. That's too much Monet for that. So, and nobody wants to gift it to Caleb. So that's good. Charity, no. But yeah, they didn't have any highlights. No highlights were posted at all.
Yeah, we did lose that game. If anyone is wondering, we lost that game. Kent State's a very good basketball team. This Morgan State team, not a very good basketball team. They play in the MEAC. They came into this at 2-1, but after watching them play, I mean, they had a decent second half. They played with us. Technically, in the second half, they only lost by 2, but in the first half, back half of the first half, we destroyed them, and it was nice to see the guys that contributed contribute and play well. Overall reaction.
The guys.
Go ahead, Cole.
The guys that contributed were I feel like not the typical guys that had been contributing the last 2 games. So it was a nice change of pace game for our boys.
Mm-hmm. Overall reaction to this game before we get into the nitty gritty.
From me?
Yeah, from you. Who else?
Oh, I thought you were gonna read like Twitter or something. Oh man. Oh no, I mean, there's honestly not too much to evaluate here. I mean, Morgan State, they were just really bad. They're not a good basketball team. They had good players, and it was fun watching a few of their guys. But yeah, they didn't stand a chance, and we were just far and away the better team. It wasn't even close. I mean, honestly, winning by 21 was it was good, but man, we could have won by 31 or 41. But it was regardless, we dominated. So
yeah, they were a very athletic team. Those Morgan State had freaky athletes, but just very undisciplined and just, I don't know, made some bonehead plays. But I mean, we did too, and you're right. We should have blown them out by 31. But we will always say that we can always do better. There's things we can always clean up.
Yeah, right.
But I'm happy that the boys got the job done, and I think we always want to get better. This game, we got better.
Yeah. Well, some of the guys played well. I mean, there were still some guys that they're just not. I mean, Isaiah Hill, I just feel like he kind of hurts us in many aspects of his game right now. And Andre is just not playing to the level that he was at the end of the last season.
He was
So
sick this game.
he was
only
sick
played
and he was in
9
foul
minutes.
trouble.
Yeah. He was sick. He played 9 minutes. He would get subbed in and then sub immediately out because he'd commit 2 fouls. Boom, boom. So, yeah, it's funny you say that about Isaiah Hill. Isaiah Hill played 40 minutes. He logged 40 minutes in this game, went 7 of 15, 3 for 7 from the 3-point line, finished with 17 points, which put him at 1,000 points at Fresno State. So he's a 1,000
Wow.
point scorer. Yeah, he had 1 steal, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and only had 1 turnover. So that aspect, like when you look at on paper, it sounds like it's a really good stat line for Hill.
He
17
played the
points.
whole game.
Yeah, I know. I will say, what I noticed about Isaiah Hill being in the game is we play a lot slower with Isaiah Hill in the game, which I don't think we need to. Isaiah Hill is better playing fast. He beats whoever's guarding him. It doesn't matter. Even last year, we saw this and we talked about it. No one can really stay in front of him. He can make 1 or 2 moves, go right by them. But he'll make a move, have him beat, back it up, run the set play. And I think we ran the same set play. Anyone that is scouting us, they already know it. It's called red. You can, in the Save Mart Center, you can hear every conversation that's going on the floor.
Yeah.
And they run the same set play called red. They set a high ball screen, kick it to the corner. We do a couple off ball screens, and we ran it over and over and over and over and over again. And I understand it's early in the season. We're learning. We're trying to get ball movement and things like that. And Hutt, to his credit, is yelling the whole time, swing the ball, cut, swing it, swing it, swing it. But our guys haven't figured it out yet that when you catch the ball, if you're not going to shoot it and you're not going to dribble it, you need to pass it. And don't dribble to nowhere, first off. Catch the ball, swing it. They kind of catch, hold. Am I open? What am I going to do? Okay, now let's swing it. Well, the defense has already recovered. And you could tell Hutt was a little bit frustrated about that.
Yeah, but gosh, the offense, there's not a lot of off-ball movement. So it's a slow-paced offense. I mean, that's how he has it ran. It's just kind of the same as last year. Once we face a good opponent, honestly, they're gonna pick us apart. We settled this game for way too many threes, and it's always an on-ball screen, and everybody else is just standing there. And it's the same exact thing we did last year. The only difference, I guess, where the offense is changed up is when we press, which we have been doing a little more this year, and then we create some turnovers, or we'll get on a fast break, and then the game will speed up for 2 minutes in here and there throughout, sprinkled into the game to make it a little more funsy. But for the most part, for the most part, he's like, slow it down, and then he gets mad when they don't swing the ball or something. I'm just like, you want him to slow it down. You're trying to get him to set on ball screens and to play off that, and then if nothing, I mean, that's how they're trained so hardcore on that. And so when they deviate from that, I mean, as a player, I'd be scared to deviate from that. So why would I look to swing it? I'm going to hold it, wait for Isaiah Hill to get back up there, go and run the set, and then he's going to drive, and then if guys help, he's going to kick out, and Ducel's going to sit in the corner and chuck up threes. And that's our game, and it's super one-dimensional. But
when Ducel's on, it works.
right, but when he's not on, he's one-dimensional. I mean, he's good on the fast break, and we saw that. He had a great dunk and got undercut, and it was scary.
I think everybody got undercut dunking.
There were a couple guys. It happened twice, I think, 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Leo took 4 steps on his fast break dunk. It didn't get called, but
hey, whatever. The night before, I think Paul George on the Clippers took 4 steps, dunked it. No, so dumb. I guess we're in the NBA now. Whatever. I'm happy. Cole Nale is fun to watch. He's a high flying guy who can really pound it. So
Yeah, I thought. Well, I want to go back to my point on Hill. I kind of got away from is him going by everyone, and or not going by everyone, making a move, getting open, an open lane to the basket, forcing help, dishing it, and doing things like that. He doesn't do that enough where he should. When we did that, Donovan Yap was in the game, and he had the big game. Donovan Yap punished them for closing out too hard, and he would go right by them. He hit his threes, and this was the Donovan Yap that I remember last year. But like when he drives, he's going to the rim. You know he's going to score. That's what he did last year, and he made it too obvious. Where then he started, having charges called on him, and he had to start throwing up floaters and things like that. But this Donovan Yap was thoughtful about it. You could tell going to the rim, he was thoughtful about it. He's way better finisher than he was last year, and way stronger. And he also made some plays outside of finishing that I really liked. By the way, his numbers finishes with 23 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 turnover. That was in 25 minutes. He went 8 for 10 from the floor, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Really liked Yap's game. Really happy for him. He deserves this game after all the time he's put in. And I think we're a different team when Yap's on the floor compared to if Isaiah Hill's on the floor. I do think Isaiah Hill can do what Yap did, but Yap does it.
yeah,
He pushes the ball, he goes, he gets to the rim, he beats his man, it's on. Let's go. We played so much faster, and that was to our strength. We heard Coach Hutt say at the beginning of the season, we're going to play fast this year. Well, the first game I watched, we're trying to feed the post. We've got 2 bigs in there, which I don't mind if your bigs have moves.
yeah.
But we haven't seen that, which is sad because Andre was coming on at the last part of the season there. But we're so much faster and athletic than teams. We should just push, go. And Yap did that when he was in. And he's a reason, we're excited right now.
Well, him and when him, Cole Nale, Weaver, who's Tavares, and then you just throw in one of the bigs, dude. That's you will not out hustle that squad,
right?
And they will compete with anybody in the nation. Though, but I believe that. Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, and now I think back to kind of regressing back to Yap. I think Yap had a better game because the guys that were guarding him were a little more undisciplined, just kind of. They weren't as tough as what we saw last time in person with the FPU guards. They pushed him around, and you said that he looks stronger, but you get a strong, in shape guard that's playing really hard at FPU, and he's pushing Yap around, and they push Yap and Hill around. Now Hill, he was still getting pushed around, and he still looked so weak on defense. And I don't know if you saw the same thing, but no, I'm happy. I'm happy Yap came through, obviously, but against a team like that and how undisciplined some of those guys were. I expect that though as well.
So my question to you is, why do you think Hill plays as much as he does?
Oh man, I think he's just the on-court general, or that's at least what he sees him as. That's the only reason why I could, unless some of your guys have some attitude issues or something, and he's got to keep them in check on the floor and the huddles when they're doing free throws. I don't know why else you'd keep him on. Dude, when last night, like I said, man, Yap, Weaver, Cole Nale, these guys were just hustling. They were going so hard. Why is this whole squad not out on the floor? We could have 5 guys playing out of their minds.
Right.
But we don't. We gotta oh no, let's dial it in here. Hill, make sure you slow it down on offense.
Red,
No,
red, red.
red, yeah. That's the leadership right there. Red. Oh, man.
Well, I will
So
say, Colin Mario, when it comes to him getting to the rim, he can get to the rim, rise above everybody, and finish well. He just needs to do it. I don't know why he
right.
just doesn't do it. And when
Well,
he,
that was all the talk last year too, man. We've said that like every game.
yeah, there's a lot of what I call, well, I can't say it, but when you dribble to nowhere with no purpose and you're just getting pushed around. He made one move, he dribbled and then turned and went straight to the rim, and we didn't see that last year, and then rose up and finished. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, this is a different Leo. And it was great. Leo, I mean, he only finished with 4 points. He had 2 steals, an assist, 6 rebounds. The 2 shots he took, he made. It was the dunk and then that drive.
yeah.
And I mean, he didn't get to the free throw line. He did have 3 turnovers. He would make a great play on defense and then just make a bonehead pass, cross court pass. Looked like a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, him and Tavares have the same issue, man. They make a great play and then they just turn into they lose all skill and turn into uh, an uncoordinated kid who's never touched the ball before. Like, what the heck was that about?
Well, they're
Ugh,
going so fast and playing so hard. Everything just gets jumbled in their head. They just go, 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 and then they
yeah,
chuck it into double team. What, or dribble into a double team and chuck it across court. What? Wait, what were you guys seeing there? I don't get it. What were you doing?
right.
We're D1 college basketball players. We don't do that
Yeah, you know,
anymore.
there's every it reminds me of middle school, high school teams. There's always a kid that just can't process what's going on, and they pivot once, and then they're just so excited they forget what pivot foot they pivoted on. So then they just twist and they're like pivot, and they don't even know what the heck's happening, and you're just you bonehead idiot. Pivot. I forgot.
Well, I mean, these guys, I do think help on the floor. Leo and Tavares, they
Oh,
bring the energy. We are a better team with them on the floor. They just need to limit their turnovers. And this team is, that's when we win this game by 15 more points.
right.
And Tavares, I think he led the team in turnovers. Let me see here, or
I
tied.
wouldn't be surprised.
No, okay, he didn't. He only
He
had
had
2.
two.
He finished with 6 points, 1 steal, an assist, 4 rebounds, and 2 turnovers. He went 3 for 8 from the floor. He shot 1 3-pointer. He missed it. He missed a lot of shots. He needs to work on finishing. I mean, he's just not as big as these guys. I think he's the
Right.
freshman, right?
I
Um,
believe so, yeah.
yeah. Once he starts, hitting the weight set, have a beer or two. You want to put on weight. I'm telling you, have a beer and
Hey,
hit
but
and
he
lift
can
heavy
jump.
weight.
He can jump
That
out of
dude,
the gym,
yeah,
which he almost broke his ankle.
he threw down. It was sick. Our dunks that last night were sick. But he goes so fast. He still needs to work on his finishing because he's just flying at the rim a million miles an hour, and that thing comes off the rim a million miles an hour. He's got to work on his touch a little bit. But I love that he's crashing the board all the time. He's always in there. I'm always worried that he's going to be injured because he wears stilts for shoes. And what do you know? He turns his ankle one play. Like, hey, I know it's coming. I
Yeah.
praying.
You know, Kill, why don't we talk about this? Okay, if
Okay.
you're a basketball player, right? And this is an issue. This is such a prevalent issue in basketball. And there's maybe 2 guys on Fresno State's basketball team that actually are probably unintentionally solving this issue. But when you wear a shoe that is higher up, yeah, it might have a higher ankle, but if the bottom of the shoe is like this and your foot's on top of this, and then you roll that, I mean, your foot has all that to snap. But what if you're just sitting on that and then your ankle rolls on paper like this?
Go on
On a,
YouTube, everyone. Wear Bulldogs.
oh
Cole's-
yeah, I'm sorry.
Cole's
Yeah.
visuals.
Well, you put a video in front of me. Now I'm less good at explaining things. Less good at explaining things. There we go. But if you have an inch to roll your ankle or a quarter of an inch to roll your ankle, how are you gonna break it worse on the inch or the quarter inch? You're gonna break it worse on the inch, obviously. Wear tiny wrestling shoes. Problem solved.
That's actually true and proven by science. That is not
Is
a
it
joke.
wrestling shoes, handball shoes, whatever it is? I don't know.
I'm not being sarcastic. That is true. These massive shoes with the air in them and gel are really bad for your ankles. Terrible.
Yeah.
You will
Oh,
turn your ankle.
you remember those Rezigs? Rezigs? You remember those guys?
Yeah.
It looks so cool. Oh man,
They
I gotta
look
get those. I sprained my ankle twice in those things. So, anyways, Tavares, whoever else jacks up their ankle in basketball, you only have
Please
yourself to blame.
please get smaller heels. Please.
Yeah,
Please get smaller heels.
I play in parkour shoes now.
Cole
Not
doesn't
not
get
kidding.
made fun of. No, yeah. I know, Cole. And you get made fun of all the time. And
I haven't rolled my ankle since I started playing in parkour shoes.
I know.
So
Same.
I showed up one time with these older Air Jordans, sprained my ankle, out for like 6 months. Terrible sprain. This was maybe a year ago now. It was awful. Never again.
All right. Well, enough about our problems. We have weak ankles, and now you know. You don't want to sprain your ankle. Wear heels that are paper thin. Okay, sorry. Biggest example is women that wear heels. You know how hard it is to walk in heels? Exactly. That's the point. That's my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk
Anyways,
about
the point is we're worried about the ankles of the Fresno State basketball players.
well, especially Tavares, who is everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Ducell. Ducell finished with 10 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, 3 turnovers, and 2 steals, by the way. He went 2 for 6 from the 3-point line. What were your thoughts on Ducell's game?
Well, we kind of went over it a little bit already, but I mean, he wasn't on, quote unquote, on like he used to be, or like he was the last 2 games. So I was excited to see if he would deviate from just sitting in the corner chucking up a 3, but I don't know if Hut's system allows for that. Now he did have one. I think he had one play where he drove to the rack. If I'm remembering correctly, he might have been on defense, man. Oh man, it was a late night last night. Late games. What the heck is up with this? 7:30 games, basketball, football, everything. Anyways, but my point is, he couldn't deviate from just sitting in the corner and shooting, which is sad because now everybody knows that all Ducell can do is sit in the corner and shoot. Yeah, he had that one, like I mentioned earlier, he had that one fast break dunk that looked great, but if you can run and jump, anybody can run, jump, and dunk a ball with nobody in front of them, right? So he's not really a creator. He is that role player that will have those 20 some odd point games just from shooting threes in the corner. And that's how it's going to be. And, that's a great role to play. The problem is when our guys, if they're clogging the lane and he can't get open, then we're screwed.
Right. I do think Ducell can be that creator, that playmaker. I believe he can. He just needs to have that option.
Well, yeah, that's why I mentioned in the beginning too that I don't think Hut's system allows for Ducell to be creative.
Right. And I should mention, we are always ball side. Our big is always ball side. And so it clogs the lane no matter what. And so our guys have to dribble drive all the way around if they want to get to the rim.
Yeah.
And That's really hard.
Yeah, we need to pick and choose our post ups
Yeah.
better.
And they do come off of most of them come off of set plays or have come off of set plays because we run set plays most of the time.
Well, it's college ball, right?
Right. But I think this team would be better off running less set plays. Let Weaver and Dussel, Hill, Yap, Tavares run the floor, get open. They know basketball. They know how to play. They know where to be. They just got to get there. And so, anyways,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm with you, but I'm only with you on that statement because Hutt is our coach. He obviously hasn't ever proved that he can teach college players how to run an offense. I mean, I think there's a simple system, right? In high school and everything before high school, you're just teaching them the basics of basketball and the fundamentals and getting their skills, improving their skills. And then once you get to college, those college coaches can teach them how to play offense. And then the greatest, a structured offense. And then the greatest can go on to play in the NBA. And he obviously has had terrible offenses, and he can't teach
not
it.
productive. Yeah.
Right. I don't think he can effectively teach guys because it's a skill of running set plays within a system. And yes, I do agree with you. I mean, I think we should just run and gun, man. Then these guys are athletic enough to do it, and half of them want to do it.
Right. And it's more fun to play that way too. But the other thing I will say is that you go into the Save Center 2 hours before the game, and this is a fact, just stating the facts here. What they're practicing is defense. Mm-hmm. That's what they were doing. You go into the gym 2 hours before, they're practicing defense. When we need to be shooting, if we're going to run pick and roll, we need to be working on pick and roll, how to set screens, how to seal, what to do when weak side help comes. Like, where should we be looking, just catching and shooting, all those things we need to be doing. When to go back door, when we dribble at you, kick up, kickbacks. Those are the things we really need to be, working on instead of defense. I understand Coach Hutt is a defensive-minded coach, and in the past, they've been very good at defense, and this is what Hutt's bread and butter is. But we have to win games. You got to compete at a high level. Yeah, you got to score to win. And so
right, well, we had a conversation at the game. Like, well, do you really have to practice defense that much? Get it in your head, know the system, then what do you have to do? Try.
Effort. Yeah,
try. That's it. You can't teach that. You can't teach that.
No. Well, what you can do is you can motivate your team and their effort to try hard, because defense, at every level
don't get us wrong. I mean, defense is tough, right? I mean,
yes,
you got to know where to be. You got to know where your help side is, how to position yourself between you and the ball when your guys in the corner, the ball's over here. Where are you? When you need to know all those things.
Your opponent's tendencies and things like that. But what separates the good defensive players from just a regular defensive player, basketball player, is attitude and effort. Those are the two controllables in all things. And specifically when it comes to defense on the basketball court, those things will get you farther than anything else. I mean, as a high school coach, and you listeners know this, and you could probably do the same thing. You get a kid, now this is high school, okay, I know it's different, but you get a kid that will just try it harder than everyone else, he's going to play. And so, because they make a difference. So defensively, just motivate your team to try really hard, to play really hard defense, and then let's work on offense. But the easy thing to do is run set plays and get guys open and work on matchups. And pick on their small guy or weak guy. The hard thing to do is teach your team how to play basketball and play within that system. And we just don't. We kind of look like robots. Okay, we've gone on tangents galore. Let's get back to this Morgan State game. We saw Geneste Pierre come in and play. He got 7 minutes. Like we said before, Eduardo Andre only had 9. He was sick and he got in foul trouble. He actually fouled out of this game. But Enoch, so what that means is Enoch Boyachi, as they say, he played most of the minutes. He played 23. There it is. 23 minutes, went 5 for 12 from the floor, finished with 10 points, 9 boards, 2 blocks. He did have a turnover and a foul. You know, it wasn't a bad game from Enoch, but I just like to see more from Enoch. He's huge and thick. He gets open. He can seal well. But what he needs to do, he's very much like Andre early on last year. Well, Andre still this year, actually, is we don't have a move. I saw a drop step, but I haven't seen a pump fake. I haven't seen, I'm going to fake this way. I'm going to step through. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. I really need that from Enoch because he's so big. And by the way, he's going to force double teams, him and Andre. So they need to learn how to pass really quick. I mean, we were spoiled with Big O, Orlando Robinson, a few years ago because he was great at passing because they double him. These guys need to learn that real quick. And the other thing is just hold the ball up high. You're so much taller and longer than everyone. Just hold the ball up high, go up. We like to grab rebounds and go down like 8th graders and then get jump ball called. But we got to hold the ball up high and just go back up. You go watch Hunter Dickinson on Kansas. I watched him against forget who they played, Kentucky. Amazing. He doesn't bring the ball down. Boom. Catches it, goes right back up. Boom, 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 boom. It's insane. Our boys can do that, and they should be doing that. But they got to get the ball in the post, understand, they got to feel the guy on their back, make a quick move, go up. They get an offensive rebound, get it, go up. What are your thoughts, Cole, on the bigs?
No, I don't think there's anything else to add, really. I think overall, as a team overall, and I think it starts with the bigs in this category is our IQs, just our basketball IQ. We don't really have a genius in that. We don't have that role player, and I think it shows in mainly through our bigs. Okay. It's just I'm just saying if you watch a guy that has great basketball IQ, he just elevates the play of everybody, and we don't have that.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some time. The other thing, Pope was out this game, but there's a lot of new guys on this team, and we need to.
Do you know why Pope was out? Sorry,
I do not know why Pope was out. I think there's a sickness going around the team, which I wouldn't be surprised because I got it. So,
well, they were still all at the game though. So
yeah, they all had masks on, sick. And Andre played, which is fine. I'm all for it, but I that's my thought on why these players were out. Flu game, maybe. I don't care.
Sort it out.
Yeah, the last thing I think we should mention is that Leo was ejected from this game.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
It was the flagrant, and I saw the play. Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't see it. I watched the entire play, but I didn't see what they called. We had no idea. Cole and I were trying to look for a replay. There was no replay in this AMR Center of it. We were trying to look down on the computers down because we were close and trying to see it. I couldn't see a thing, but they threw him out. I don't know exactly how that affects him for the next game. I figure he's going to have to sit out some. Let us know in the comments if you know. But I would just at least like to see why they threw him out of the game in the Save Mart Center. I don't know who we need to talk to get that replay up there, but when that happens, or at least after they make the call, put it up there because we were left in the dark. We had no idea what happened, and Leo's just gone out for the game.
Yeah, no, I can't make a comment on it. I was when that happened. I think there was a guy from Morgan State that got put on the floor who hadn't been in the game, so I was watching him because he seemed really uncoordinated and lost. It was one of their bigs, and then next thing I know, Cole Nale was getting ejected, and I wasn't paying attention. I was watching this other guy play, seeing how his movement and stuff, and analyzing his game, and next thing I know, Cole Nale was ejected. What? There was nothing that happened. Like no interactions between the players. That usually, if something crazy happens, right, that is worth an ejection or warrants an ejection, players are talking and yapping at each other, and there was nothing.
No, I don't think anyone in the crowd saw it either. No one had a reaction. No one knew what was going on. All of a sudden, they just threw Leo out. I was watching. He was around the ball. I watched the whole thing. Had no idea. If you saw it, let us know. I was looking on social media and YouTube, things like that for it. Nothing. I couldn't find a thing. I don't know, but whatever. The refs. We should say this. The refs were very consistent and very bad.
Yes. Oh, it was the worst. It was one of. If you play basketball, you know what I'm talking about. It was one of those refs that couldn't stop calling traveling. And there were times where guys traveled, and yeah, it was travel. He called it. But there were times where a guy would just touch the ball, put the ball on the ground, travel.
That's
No,
what they did
that's
to
not.
Ducell.
No, I know. It's just, dude, just let him play for the love of Jesus Christ, please.
He didn't call a 4-step travel on Leo. One of the Morgan State guys caught the ball. It wasn't a hop step. It was a big. It wasn't a hop step. It was full on jump straight up and down, and then took another step and went up. And then they called a foul on us. What is this? It was wild, and none of the coaches were happy with the refs. They were terrible. The refs were terrible. We were not happy with the refs, but they were consistent for both teams, and they were consistently bad. So
Right.
that's how the refereeing was for this game. I think the last guy we haven't mentioned is Jalen Weaver. Jalen Weaver finished with 9 points. We've talked about him whenever we've been on here. We really like him. Brings a lot of energy. He had 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers. Not the best.
He did go 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, it was bad. Man. As a team, we shot 50% from the free throw line. Not good. Jalen Weaver went 1 for 4. Donovan went 5 for 5 from the line. Andre went 2 for 6. Yikes. So we got to improve at the free throw line. But Andre, his shot has improved from last year. I will say that. His free throw has improved. He's got some arc, and he's got a little bit of touch on it. It's not straight.
Andre needs to go to granny style. That is the 100% honest mind. What I totally believe, and that's not a joke. He needs to do granny style.
For everyone listening, Cole does shoot free throws granny style in our Sunday leagues and everything. He shoots.
Once I graduated high school, I thought it'd be funny, and then I was like, "Why not just do it? Who cares?" Yeah.
I mean,
if I could get it down consistently when I'm on grannies, it's unstoppable. And if you get a college player who shoots every day, doing grannies every day, I'm just saying.
And I totally agree with you, Cole. 7-footers should not be shooting from the.
It should be flagrant.
They should not be shooting like everyone else shoots, because you have to shoot down almost. It's too hard for them. I mean, they could shoot up and go up and then down, but it's too hard for them. It's too tempting for them to just shoot it almost straight in.
Just baseball throw it.
Yeah. Well, just take a granny shot, man. If you know basketball, was it the guy with the best free throw percentage shot that way, or made the most in a row shot that way? So it's great way to do it. I'm not going to disagree with you there, Cole.
Thanks. I did wanted to mention about Weaver because he didn't really talk much on him. We didn't mention him when we were talking about bonehead plays, but he also does have some tendencies to just crap the bed and then hand the ball to the other team after doing some great spectacular thing, right? So he's another one of how many guys is that on our team now? 3 or 4.
Well, it's the guys that play a million miles an hour, and that's expected when you play a million miles an hour. As John Wooden would say, be quick, but don't hurry. That's what we're going to have to work on.
Exactly.
Cole, give me your 3 positives from this game.
3 positives. Oh my goodness,
Or
Caleb.
give me 1, and then I'll give you another one.
Well, I didn't prepare for these.
All right, well, I will start. Give me Donovan
go
Yap.
ahead.
Donovan Yap was a beast in this game. 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, 8 for 10 from the floor. Leads all scorers with 23, had 3 assists. I thought he did great. I mean, I talked about him earlier on in the episode. Really liked what I saw from Yap. I want him to build on this now. I hope it boosts his confidence because he can play this way. I mean, I'm going to expect this from him day in and day out. He should be attacking the rim, strong. Cole, I don't care what you say about guys weaker than him. He should have this mentality of getting to the rim, going through guys' chins, and finishing because he can do that. And he can shoot the ball.
No, actually, Caleb, Yap has the best floater on the team. He does not need to go through them. He has a great floater, and that will win you games. We need that.
It's true, but he also got to the free throw line, shot 5 free throws, had an and 1. So I'm say what you will, get guys in foul trouble.
Sure.
All right, give me your positive.
I'm gonna give you a positive for, I guess, the whole season thus far. Against FPU, I did not see enough minutes from Tavares, Weaver, and Colomario, and I feel like their minutes have been increasing. And I love to see that because I love watching them, and they put in a great effort. That's a big positive for the coaching staff from Cole. So that's that's a first.
And I would say just effort in general is a positive. Our guys were out there playing hard. The other thing I would add was, I would say just actually getting Geneste some minutes, 7 minutes. I would like to have seen more guys play. I mean, you won that game at 2 minutes left. Put everybody in, put all the backups in.
Right.
But I think you're right with the minutes. That is a huge positive, and getting Geneste in was big. Just getting him reps down low. My other positive is going to be rebounding. We out rebounded them, and against Fresno Pacific, what I saw is just a lack of effort rebounding. Once again, rebounding is a lot of effort. We weren't very good at boxing out. We weren't jumping. This game, we have 46 rebounds to their 33. I was really happy with the way we rebound the ball. We had 11 offensive rebounds. So I'm going to say rebounding was a positive as well. Some quick numbers for you guys. We shot 54% from the floor, 45% from the 3-point line, and like we said, 50% from the free throw line. We had 44 points in the paint, 44 of our 87. I mean, we did a great job getting to the rack. Our guards did, and Enoch had 10. That's nice. Enoch's going to have to score 10.
And I think we had some moments of where the game, this might be another positive, where we played really fast. Mm-hmm. And I loved seeing that because you said we were going to play fast. Hutt said in the beginning of the season we were going to play faster, and I hadn't really seen that until this game. So I'm going to take that as another positive, Caleb.
Yeah, we had 17 fast break points. So that's good. We had 37 points off the bench. Yap had 23 of those. And we had 17 points off turnovers. We forced 10 turnovers, got 17 points off of that. The one negative that I do want to touch on. I know we try to be positive in these because it can be easy to just be negative as former basketball coaches. But the 15 turnovers, we had 15 turnovers, and we got to fix that. So I think we did better individually, not turning over the ball as much. I mean, Ducell had 3, Leo had 3, and those are the guys with the most turnovers. After that, everybody else just had 1 or 2 turnovers. So collectively, as a team, we had 15, which doesn't sound as great, but individually, not bad to what we've seen in the past. So
it didn't seem super bad, but
no,
as we were watching the game, but they were also just pretty bad. They had really bad offense, so they didn't capitalize on it. So
right. Well, and a lot of our turnovers were just really dumb travels that were called. So then we were able to set up defense. I can only remember 1 turnover. And it wasn't even a turnover. It was just a block shot, and it turned into a fast break. That Simpkins kid on Morgan State was pretty good. I liked
number
him.
11, loved him.
Yeah, we always find one kid on other teams, even on high school teams locally. So watch out, because we will come and recruit your kid for our local high school. We try and talk to them and get them come to us. So Simpkins was that kid this time.
Yeah.
But fun. It was a fun game. I think it was a good win for the team. We needed that. I think a lot of guys found a rhythm, and now they need to build off of that. Our next game is against New Mexico State on Tuesday, still a part of the Cancun Challenge, but this time it's actually in Cancun. It's at the Riviera Maya in Mexico. It's the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. It will be on CBS Sports Network Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific. New Mexico State's a good team. We're really going to have to bring our A game against the New Mexico State team that year after year does well.
Competes, doesn't have slumps like State. So
yeah, they they're always competing for a national Mountain West. Oh my gosh, dude? It's late. I've been doing this for way too long, but they're always competing for an NCAA berth. That's for sure. So, anything else, Cole, that you want to add to this game, or you want to watch out for at New Mexico State? I have their schedule pulled up, by the way, if anybody's interested. You interested, Cole?
Yes.
Okay. They're 2-2 with losses to Kentucky, a 40-point loss to Kentucky, and looks like a 20-point loss to UC Irvine, a 17-point loss to UC Irvine, and then they beat Sul Ross State in Western New Mexico, and they're playing Northern Colorado on Saturday. So we'll know a little bit.
Very good.
No, they don't sound very good at all. But I was going off their history. But now that I look at it, they don't sound very good. It should be a good game. Put it that way. And then after that, we play James Madison or Southern Illinois, I believe, a part of that Cancun Challenge. But first, we got to take care of New Mexico State. Should be fun. That's Tuesday, November 21st, 5:30 on CBS Sports Network if you're interested. All right, Cole. My throat is absolutely killing me. I'm going to go take one of those Halls things and knock out. I'm going to bed.
All right. Good for you.
Thank you.
I am too, because it's super late.
Thanks for doing this with me, talking Fresno State basketball. Always enjoy it. Always love talking basketball. If you would like to talk more basketball, go ahead, comment below on anything that you heard in here. You can give us heck, or you can agree with us, whatever you want. You could subscribe on YouTube, by the way, too. That helps out the show a lot. Leave a thumbs up. Beware Bulldogs on YouTube. You can follow us on X, beware_Bulldogs, and on Instagram at Beware Bulldogs Podcast. Also, Cole and I down below on YouTube. You can see our Twitter handles. Go ahead and give us a follow there. Cole doesn't do too much. It's just, if you want to.
Yeah. You can go on and read my bio. It's I don't really post related things to Fresno State, unless I'm replying to Caleb or Beware of Bulldogs or something.
Cole tweets about Survivor, things like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Not even I do like. Uh, yeah,
what if?
no. You
Yeah.
just gotta you go check it out. You check it out. See what you find. Um, you know, say some awful things about me for what I've said on Twitter or
There we
X.
go. Oh, I should say this, and we should thank our sponsors for this episode. I'm going to thank the Vine Church in Fresno on Shaw, just west of Grantland. If you're out west or you're making your way out west and you're looking for a support group or you're looking to strengthen your community or you just want to learn more about Jesus and what's this whole Bible thing about, come on out. Sundays, 10 a.m. at the Vine Church in Fresno. Great people, welcoming, kind. And the pastor speaks biblical truth, by the way. I attend there. So let me know if you're going. Cole sometimes attends with me. Maybe you can run into Cole there and give him a piece of your mind about basketball. But big supporter the Vine Church is, and we thank them. And if you'd like to come check it out, Sundays 10 a.m. and also there's prayer nights on Thursdays. And if you want to get a part of a small group, let me know. I can hook you up. We'll see you there Sunday 10 a.m. at the Vine Church. Also, Cole, do you want to give? I didn't warn you. You want to tell everybody about Givoli Winery?
Givoli Winery. My other work will get mad.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Givoli Winery is.
I can do it. You want me to do it? You want me to do an ad right now?
Yeah, do an ad read live under pressure. Go.
With no scripts, by the way. So, this episode is brought to you by Givoli Winery. It is a local winery in the vineyards next to the San Joaquin River. It's a family-ran business based off of their Croatian roots. They make wines modeled after beautiful wines from Croatia. And you could really taste their Croatian roots in the flavor, man. Let me tell you. My family, we put our heart and soul into these wines. And we started making wine because you can't delight in God unless you have a glass of wine. And that is biblical truth. Let me tell you, Caleb. So
I'm 100% believer, brother.
Yeah. It is a sin to not drink wine. So the best place to get that and free yourself from sinning is to go to Givoli and get a glass of wine. We'll most likely be there. You can sit down, enjoy a glass with us, and delight in God.
That and Givoli is located in the beautiful town of Biola.
Biola.
So,
and we've done labels with Biola before, just to support them. So yeah, no, we've created a great ministry out here for the community, and we'd love for everybody to be a part of it. So yeah, we're located. You just go or get on 99, get off on Shaw, and just keep driving, and until you hit the street Biola, and then we're the first place on the right. Or take a right on Biola, and we're the first place on the right.
Well, technically not the first place, but you'll see a big sign that says Givoli Winery. So,
or sorry, the last place on the right. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, last place.
See, my house is near there, and
don't tell people where you live. Don't tell people where you live.
No, I'm just saying, dude. I was going to say something that I can't. I was going to say I have guns, but.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for sticking around.
So the ad turned for the worst.
But big thank you to our sponsors, the Vine Church and Givoli Winery. We'll see if they're still sponsors after that. Actually, Cole, that was very good. I'm going to steal some of that in my next ad read. That was good. I like that.
Off the top of my head. Sorry if it kept going. But.
Oh, no. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Beware Bulldogs basketball episode this Saturday. Big day. football against New Mexico. And then Tuesday, we got basketball. It's going to be a fun week, fun weekend, plus a couple extra days full of Fresno State sports. It's been a lot of fun. And let's go get healed up, Cole, because I'm sick. Maybe I'll have some like whiskey or something. Can I delight in God and drink whiskey, or is it just wine?
Definitely just wine. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I mean,
Okay.
well, I don't know. Take that back. You know what wine represents? Well, God's love, because God's love is intoxicating.
I like it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you guys. And as always, go Dogs.
Let's go.